All right. We got about 30 minutes before your race starts.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Ready to get started. This noon start is weird.
Yeah. You feeling good physically?
Think so.
I think you seem to be in a good place mentally. Um, yeah, your pre-race stuff is a little more anal than normal.
What did that mean?
I don't know. You
Are you
seem to
talking
be.
about the lube situation?
No. Oh Lord. You've never been this concerned about me not, about me making it to the aid stations.
Well, I don't have any drop bags, and and there's no turn by turn directions. So I needed to make sure you have directions because there's also hardly any connectivity out there.
Blah blah.
So now
Have I ever not been there?
You're late. But you've been there.
Yeah.
Next subject.
Yeah. So, as far as preparing for the race, about how long you been doing training for this race?
I did a full 20-week build up for it, So,
okay. What does that start off as? Like how many miles per week?
It's kind of not a whole bunch. I mean, long runs are like 10 miles and 10 and 8 mile long runs. Saturday, Sunday runs on the weekends.
So you were looking at like a 30-mile week to start off or something like that?
Yeah, between 30 and 40. And then maxed out at about 80, 85.
I know that you do, on your last few weeks before you start tapering, you do 30 miles on Sunday and 20 the next day or something like that?
30 on Saturday and then 20 on Sunday, yeah. Yeah, so 50-mile weekends. I did the Silver Rush 50 mile in the middle of that as a training race. Normally I try to do more 50 miles, but just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah. Well, I probably because your wife didn't have a job, so you couldn't leave. But
that's probably part of it.
But so I know that some people wonder how you do training. How do you train for a 200-mile? And I mean, it's really just you don't even come close to running. Even 100 miles during your training. You just build up of weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of running.
Yep, it's the accumulation of. So when I run a 30 miler on Saturday, I've had, potentially 3 weeks of high mileage, and then I've run during the week. And so it just, and then I do take rest weeks every, few weeks, but like just lower mileage weeks, recovery weeks. But it's just the accumulation,
So someone was thinking, golly, I'd never have time to train because I don't have time to run hundreds. I mean, it's real. I mean, it is time consuming, that's for sure. You're up at 4:00 every morning, either running or at the gym, and that includes Saturdays and Sundays when you're, especially the ones when you're running. You're 30 miles on Saturday. You're up at way early, and that takes most of your morning. But somehow you managed to do it, and I mean, I think it's pretty amazing because you this. I guess the sacrifice you make, and the only way that you're able to do it and still not have an angry wife all the time is that, I mean, you are way up way before we are, and and you still have a full-time job, and do your coaching and do dad stuff. So it's
I am pretty tired about like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, time a bit.
Yeah. That's true, but I mean, you're able to maintain that, which is amazing. Because I mean, I think it's amazing these ultra runners that are from the Packers, but a lot of when that's what you do, it's easier to find the time to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Any concern? The good thing is this year is starting
at noon.
When do you guys normally start?
Normally start like 6. Well, when I did it last, it was COVID year, so it's like 6 or 7 in the morning, and we'd hit a long 24-mile section with no manned aid stations in the heat of the day, and so we'll hit that in the evening now. But the thing about it is it actually weather's pretty good. When I attempted it before, the weather was hotter, way hotter than usual, and the weather's really nice right now.
Do you remember what the highs were that year?
I don't remember. I just when we were listening to that podcast on the way here, where they talked about how somebody who had run it quite a few times, it didn't even cool off at night. It was just constantly hot.
Yeah, yeah. I know highs today 60s, tomorrow low 70s. Come Monday and Tuesday it starts to get into the higher 70s, but still that's a lot better than.
And it's cool, but like when we're gonna be exposed and in the sun, it's warmer when the sun's beating down. That's why I have this nice hat on, the flappy hat,
Yeah, I noticed that when just sitting around, when you're sitting out of the sun, then it's all right. Once you get in the sun, even with it being like 50s, 50s, 60s right now, it still gets pretty hot. So
yeah, so we have to, I gotta focus on hydration, and it's dry, so I need to make sure I'm drinking, and even though I won't feel it as much. Yeah.
And nights, I know here in civilization, the lows are in the low 40s, so I assume you're liable to get under freezing. What is it, the LaSalle Mountains?
In the LaSalle's, they've got a dusting of snow, about an inch of snow.
About an inch. Yeah. So hopefully don't get any more than that. Yeah, but you've done worse at, I guess, was it Tahoe or Western States where you had to do it?
Western States was 10 miles in some funky snow.
Yeah, so this should be pretty easy for you.
Yeah, it'd just be a couple 100 miles in, so yeah, no problem.
So any particular, is it uppy downy the whole time, or do you like once you reach a certain point, is it all downhill from there?
Yeah, I think after we get out of LaSalle's, it's going to be some all downhill, but it's kind of real close to the end. But there's a lot of up and down. There's some flat areas too, though, where we'll be able to do pretty good. But we climb for the Abijo Mountains that will have pretty good climbing, and then the LaSalle's that will have a lot of climbs. And then they added a mountain in there or something. And there's Shea Mountain too. So there'll be some ups and downs with flats in between.
All right. Well, so what is your anticipated or your goal finish time?
Well, that piece of paper you got, that's too fast. I'm hoping like between 80 and 100 hours. I'd be glad anywhere in there.
Okay.
But we'll see. I'm not going to hold myself to it. If I need to rest, I'll rest. If I need to take some time, I'll take some time. I just want to get it done.
Yeah, I know as far as your plan, and it's funny too because all the time that you put into your plan that's not running. So you do have a couple, 3 hours tonight, 3 hours for each night planned to sleep. Whether you can or do that will be yet to be seen.
Yes.
I know you said you're not really.
Well, tonight I'll try. Like it'll be early tomorrow morning. I'll try.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, it'll be 6:15 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. All right. Well. Getting close to time.
Yeah, we'll see. So we just gotta gather my stuff, gotta pray together, and then go.
Good thing about it is we have a pretty brilliant plan put together. So if you're about to die at mile 200, you got a pretty good pacer to come in and.
Yeah, Jen's offered to pace me 40 miles. We'll see.
As long as you just walk it.
We'll see, because that's going up to LaSalle in the snow.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Let's go do this.
You can kick butt.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.